गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दना व्रजजन यमुनातीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण की समवेत भक्तवृंद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। हम वंदे गुरून् ईशभक्तान् ईशम् ईशवतारकान् तत्प्रकाशां शतशक्ति कृष्ण चैतन्य संज्ञकम् नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महवदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Madekabandhumatsangin madguro manmahadhana mannistarakamadbhagya madanandanamastute asadhu sadhutadain atine chataraka Hanamancha Gadachinmam Premna Ritkantaya Spara. So I am asked to read from diary. So from here to continue. So this is the place. Okay, so in the evening, Srila Prabhupada met once more with Hamsadut Maharaj, discussing his plans to revamp the temple management. Prabhupada is giving him a lot of time and encouragement with the hope that he can improve things. I asked Guru Kripa Swami whether there was any substance to the rumor that Madhudvisa took money from Australia. He searched and said that nothing can be proved, and since he has already left, it doesn't matter much. From what he told me about the Australian Yatra, it seems that things are not going too well. There have been several marriages. There are no new devotees joining. One of the top book distributors has blooped, and another leading manager is on the way out. September 24, 1976. Srila Prabhupada summoned me into his room on the roof with a ring of his bell at 1:50 a.m. This morning, I went in, offered my obeisances, and when I looked up, Srila Prabhupada told me to sit down. Then he asked me for my opinion on the new arrangements he has made for the Vrindavan management. Confidentially, what is your opinion of Harikesh? I was surprised that he sought my opinion. How could my view of anything be of any possible use to Srila Prabhupada? How could I give advice to my spiritual master? Seeing my hesitancy, Prabhupada reassured me. No, after all, you have an English brain and they are good at observing situations. So just consider what can be done here to improve things. With this encouragement, I tried to respond as best I could. He asked whether I thought Harikesh might be good as the temple president in Vrindavan because previously he had held that position for a few months. I answered that I thought Harikesh would be better situated in the Eastern European program. And I gave two reasons. For his own sake, he needs a bigger scale service. His brain is so active, he might cause a disturbance in small project like Vrindavan. Sri Gaurnitai ki jai. And in addition, the Eastern European program was virtually dependent on his personal presence. Then Srila Prabhupada asked me what I thought about Akshayananda. I told him that he seemed ideal as Prabhupada's secretary. He has the right mentality for this type of service. And in India, Srila Prabhupada often needs the assistance of someone who can speak Hindi, both for reading and replying to Hindi letters, as well as for receiving guests. Moreover, Akshayananda knows how to deal nicely with Indian gentlemen. Finally, he asked me about Hamsaduta, but he was mostly an unknown quantity to me. Well, he says, he can do something and he is enthusiastic to try. So I would give him a chance and see how he does. Prabhupada listened carefully to what I had to say. He then thanked me and sent me back to rest. I feel honored that Prabhupada would even consider asking for my opinion. His comment about my having an English brain was a revealing insight into his intelligence in seeing how every living entity is offered a particular facility by the law of nature. Particular birth in a particular place means one gets certain propensities. The English have a good reputation for managerial skills, especially here in India, where they were able to manage 400 million people with just a few thousand men. It seems Prabhupada therefore considered that since I have an English brain, I should be able to I should be able use it for managerial purposes. Srila Prabhupada ki. So we are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 5, text number 7. सम्यग् विधार्यतां बालो गुरुगेहे द्विजातिभिः विष्णुपक्षैः प्रतिच्छन्नैः नाभिद्येतास्य धीर्यथा सम्यग् विधार्यतां बालो गुरुगेहे द्विजातिभिः विष्णुपक्षैः प्रतिच्छन्नैर्नाभिद्येतास्य धीर्यथा सम्यग् विधार्यतां बालो गुरुगेहे द्विजातिभिः विष्णुपक्षैः प्रतिच्छन्नैर्नाभिद्येतास्य धीर्यथा. Please repeat. Samyak vidharitam balo Guru gehe dvijatibhi Vishnu pakshaya pratichannair Navidyayetasya dhiryatha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Samyak, completely, Vidharyata, let him be protected. Balaha, this boy of tender age. Guru Gehe, in the Gurukula, the place where children are sent to be instructed by the Guru. Dvijatibhi, by Brahmanas. Vishnu Pakshahi, who are on the side of Vishnu. Pratichannahi, disguised in different dresses. No vidyeta, may not be influenced. Asya, of him. Dhi, the intelligence. Yatha, so that. Translation. Hiranyakashipu advised his assistants, my dear demons, give complete protection to this boy at the Gurukul, where he is instructed, so that his intelligence will not be further influenced by Vaishnavas, who may go there in disguise. Purport. In our Krishna consciousness movement, the tactic of dressing oneself like an ordinary karmi is necessary, because everyone in the demoniac kingdom is against the Vaishnava teachings. Krishna consciousness is not at all to the liking of the demons of the present age. As soon as they see a Vaishnava dressed in saffron garments with beads on his neck and tilaka on his forehead, they are immediately irritated. They criticize the Vaishnavas by sarcastically saying Hare Krishna. And some people also chant Hare Krishna sincerely. In either case, since Hare Krishna is absolute, whether one chants it jokingly or sincerely, it will have its effect. The Vaishnavas are pleased when the demons chant Hare Krishna because this shows that the Hare Krishna movement is taking ground. The greater demons like Hiranyakashipu are always prepared to chastise the Vaishnavas, and they try to make arrangements so that Vaishnavas will not come to sell their books and preach Krishna consciousness. Thus, what was done by Hiranyakashipu long ago is still being done. That is the way of materialistic life. Demons or materialists do not at all like the advancement of Krishna consciousness, and they try to hinder it in many ways. Yet, the preachers of Krishna consciousness must go forward in their Vaishnava dress or any other dress for the purpose of preaching. Chanakya Pandita says that if an honest person deals with a great cheater, it is necessary for him to become a cheater also, not for the purpose of cheating, but to make his preaching successful. So, this is an instructive section in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada is giving very elaborate and practical commentary to this text. So we have been hearing this episode where Prahlad Maharaj was sent to Gurukul to study under the guidance of Sanda and Amarka, the two sons of Shukracharya. And their duty was to teach Prahlad how he will be able to see the difference in life. Huh? Right? But somehow or other, Prahlad Maharaj, he learnt about devotional service while he was in his mother's womb. He didn't take so much interest in that kind of instructions. He didn't want to see the difference because he is a devotee of the Lord. So, when Prahlad was studying in the Gurukul, he knew perfectly well the teachings imparted by Sanda and Amarka is not he is going to keep it with him, but he was an intelligent boy. Upon hearing their instructions, he will repeat the same before them. But when it comes to practice, he knows what to do. Huh? So one day, Hiranyakashipu called Prahlad, and he said, "My dear son, please let me know what you think is the best of all the subjects you have studied from your teachers." Huh? Wow. So he's asking for a comment from a devotee of the Lord. So devotees are not duplicitous. Oh, well, you are asking me, then I have to tell you. Right? That is what happens. Uh, you ask me, so I'll tell you. Like Konte Prabhu told me yesterday, he said, "You asked me, therefore I'm telling you." Yes, this is how it should be, right? Good. He opened his mind. He said, "Well, you are asking me, so I'll tell." What did he say? Tatsadha manne suravarya dehinam sada samudbigna dhyam asatgrahan tvatmapatam grihamandhakupam vanam gata jad harimasrayeta. He, he is telling his father, huh? What are you doing, my dear father? You are just rotting in this deep dark well. In fact, he is telling his father, he's saying, "My dear father, those who are uh, who have taken interest in this temporary body and temporary household life is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of having fallen in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering." How can you say like this to your father? You are born from your father. Huh? Not only that, he said, well, in such a situation, one must take up devotional service. Prabhupada is saying he should go to Banam Gata, he should go to Vrindavan. Means he should take up devotional service. When Prahlad Maharaj spoke like this, Hiranyakashipu didn't like it. Why he didn't like it? Because the point is, those who have developed attachment, or we can say an excessive attachment for me and mine, they don't like to be instructed. They don't like somebody pointing out at them. So this is actually a state of fallen condition. That one who is too much attached to the concept of I and me. So, and on top of that, Hiranyakashipu was a demon. And demons are generally very much attached to the material possessions, especially it is said, to the attachment to the temporary body and temporary household life. Therefore, they are always in anxiety. Huh? So, after that, then our Narad Muni, he is giving a comment that when Prahlad Maharaj spoke to his father about self-realization, devotional service, what kind of reaction came from Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu said, "My dear demons, give complete protection to this boy." He is thinking, now this boy is being preached by the Vaishnavas. They must be visiting in disguise to the Gurukul and teaching him what I don't want him to learn. Somehow or other they have got the access. Huh? So better you give him all protection so that he will not learn something which I don't want. I want him to become a best demon like me. Now looks like he is going to become Vaishnava. So Prabhupada is commenting to this verse, practical, analytical purport, analysis Prabhupada has given. So he is speaking about the reality of society today. right? In the modern world, spiritual values are often misunderstood or even resisted. People who are taking too much interest in materialistic way of life, either they don't have time to listen to the spiritual instructions, therefore they resist, or even if they sometimes hear it, they often misunderstand the interpretations given by these saintly personalities. When someone openly shows their faith through dress, symbols like tilak, lifestyle, eating certain kind of food, prasadam, it can make others uncomfortable or provoke criticism that we have seen. Those who don't like when you present a lifestyle which is a Vaishnava lifestyle, that provoke criticism. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying, they will say Hare Krishna. Some will be irritated and they will criticize us by saying Hare Krishna. Huh? Or sometimes some people may say sincerely Hare Krishna. The result we will discuss after. So this is not new. Prabhupada is commenting here that not that only nowadays people are intolerant to the Vaishnava principles and values, but it has been the case throughout history. Because the demons and devotees always existed. Therefore, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Dvavimo Purusaloke. Sorry, he is speaking about to Arjuna that not only you are not born with the demoniac qualities, but you are born with the divine qualities. So there are people who are born with divine qualities, they are godly, and there are also demons. So therefore we can see it have been in the history throughout that those who are demoniac in nature, they are always intolerant to the Vaishnava values and principles. Uh, um, Let us take a example. Imagine a person walking through a city with Vaishnava attire. People may point, people may laugh, or even insult them, right? But if the same person wears ordinary clothes, they can communicate with others more easily, right? Because people don't see them as a stranger. I was coming yesterday when Prabhu went to pick me up from the station. Some or other, when I came out, I was searching for the kind of where Prabhu was saying that he will be standing near McDonald's. I didn't know where that place is. And as I came out, I saw one gentleman sitting with this official attire. I could see that he was a servant worker there in the station, maybe somewhere. I thought he's a nice gentleman, let me go and ask him. So I was asking him. And as I asked him, the gentleman, he was a nice man, He spoke very nicely. Then I asked him, what is your name? He said, my name is Abdullah. Then I said, okay. After talking, then I said, maybe we can visit our place. He said, no, I don't go to temple, I don't go to church, I don't go to mosque. I only believe this, God is here. Then he's touching my chest. See, it's there. I like. So there are different kind of people in the world we meet as we go. Like how we approach people, that makes the difference. Sometimes some people may be very good. Sometimes some people, they have their way of living. So especially those who are coming from demoniac character, they become very much intolerant. So when we approach such kind of people, uh, we should not go mad at seeing why they are behaving like this. Our main business is the message what we have to deliver to them is most important. So if it is required to dress differently, we should not hesitate. Message is important, not the dress. This is like, a teacher using different methods to teach students. Sometimes direct, sometimes indirect. So, Prabhupada is, in the last sentence, he is saying, Chanakya Pandit says that if an honest person deals with a great cheater, it is necessary for him to become a cheater also, not for the purpose of cheating, but to make his preaching successful. This is the point. The message is important. What message we have to give, not the dress. So, to make our preaching successful, we have to present ourselves accordingly. Like we have seen, even till today also, when our preachers, they go to Middle East countries, even in Singapore also, we don't go with Vaishnava attire. We go with, different dress. Why? Because they will hinder our entry. Then we will not be able to successfully preach. So therefore, for the purpose of distributing this message effectively, we sometimes dress differently. Prabhupada is saying, become a cheater, not for the purpose of cheating, or we can say not for the purpose of being cheated. Sometimes, dressing differently, then we identify ourselves with different type of mentality, and we may go astray from our Vaishnava principles. That one has to safeguard oneself. That because now I am dressing differently does not mean that I have got license to do activities which are against Vaishnava principles, values. So that one has to be very cautious to himself. Therefore, we are told that the message is important, not the dress. So, Prabhupada also brings one more perspective in the purport about critics. Often, critics think they are mocking when they say Hare Krishna, sarcastically, right? But actually, they are chanting a sacred mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? And they are getting benefit actually out of such kind of chanting. Even though they sarcastically say Hare Krishna, the holy name of the Lord is all powerful. Whether it is spoken sincerely or sarcastically. it gives the result. So, how to understand this? To understand this, let us take a verse from Padma Puran. In Padma Puran, it is explained. Even in Srimad Bhagavatam also, it is explained. When Yamadutas, they were defeated by the Vishnudutas, and they came to meet with Jamaraj. Then Jamaraj instructed, Sanketyam parihasyam va sthovam hanome bhava vaikuntha nama grahanam asesagharam vidu. He said, one who chants the holy name of the Lord, he is freed from the reactions. What kind of chanting? He is saying, even if one chants indirectly, Sanketyam means, okay, you may invite your friend. My dear friend, let's go to visit Damodar Dam today. Where he is going? To visit Damodar Dam. But his intention is to visit a material spot, Damodar Dam. But he is chanting the name of Damodar. This is called Sanketyam. Indirectly he is chanting. His intention is to go and visit some place, but while talking about the name of the place, he is uttering the name of Damodar. So indicating something else, but chanting or uttering Krishna's name. That is called Sanketyam, indirectly. Parihasyam, jokingly. So in that way, it also frees one from sin. And the similar kind of text has been seen in Padma Puran. It says, Namaika jasya vachi smarana pathagatam satro moolam gatam va suddha varnam vyavahita rahitam tarayatyev satyam jacche deha dravina janata lobho pasanda madhye nikhiptasya na phalajanaka shigrame vatra vipra. In this verses, Namaikam jasya vachi smarana pathagatam. If one utters the holy name of the Lord, or if it enters the mind or ear, which is the channel of oral reception, that holy name will certainly deliver him from material bondage, whether vibrated properly or improperly. Suddham va suddha varnam. Even with correct or incorrect grammar. You see, even there is a verse, similar verse, right? Tadbag visargo janatag viplava jasmin prati slokam abadhavatyapi namanyantasya sankitanya sunnanti gayanti gunanti sadha. So it can create the revolution. Therefore, the sadhus, they chant these words. So, the point is here, let us understand this. It is said that if the names are vibrated properly or improperly, or even grammatically, even if it is not correct. For example, if we say, Prabhupada gives this example, actually, he says, halam riktam. Ha, halam, riktam. Halam, first word is ha. Then there are some other syllables coming. And then in the next word, riktam. Even though there is a difference between ha and ri, right? Ha, lam, then after that comes ri. So, the person who has said halam riktam, he will get the benefit of chanting the name of Hari. You can take another example. Somebody is saying Raja Mahisi. First word is Ra. Then there is a difference created by Ja. Then Ma is coming. So Raja Mahisi. So if you take out the Ja, then it becomes Rama. So he is getting the benefit of chanting Lord Ram's name. Prabhupada, while commenting to this purport, he is taking the commentary of Sanatana Goswami, is saying, सर्वेभ्यो पापेभ्यो अपराधेभ्योश्च संसारात् अपि उद्धारयति एव इति सत्यम एव. That means when the holy name of the Lord is vibrated somehow, what is the benefit? Sarvebhya papebhya. It frees one from all type of sin. Uddharayati eva. Kintu nama sevanasya mukhyam jat phalam tat na sadya sampadyate. Somebody can say, well, by chanting the name of the Lord, one becomes free from the sinful reactions. Oh, this is so nice. No, according to our Acharya's commentary, they are saying that is not the actual benefit of chanting the holy name. That's a byproduct actually. What is the actual result that holy name is supposed to give? That is love of Godhead. That means when somebody is chanting the holy name of the Lord with an intention to free oneself from the sinful reactions, that is not the actual goal of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if somebody is chanting like this, now indirectly, then he may become free from the sin, but the actual result, the utterance of the holy name which is supposed to render the actual result, that will not be received. That is the love of Godhead. Therefore, say for example, if we take an example to understand this, when you go to maybe to husk the paddy, why do you go to the machine with paddy? Because you want rice, not that you want husk. But as you go to get the rice from the husking mill, automatically the byproduct is coming. Similarly, when we chant this holy name of the Lord, the actual result is Krishna Prem. Destruction of sin is byproduct, is automatically happening. Therefore, it is not our goal. That's why Prabhupada says, Namna bala jasahi papa buddhi. Seventh offense, right? Committing sin on the strength of chanting holy name of the Lord. Because holy name can destroy all sins. Therefore, I should chant, and at the same time, if I am sinning, no problem, because holy name will nullify it. That kind of mentality is not good. Then another section he also quotes from Sanatana Goswami. Tannama jadi dehadi madhye nikshiptam. Deha bharanadi artham eva vinyastam tad tadapi phala janakam na bhavati kim. A question is asked. If somebody is chanting the holy name with a desire to maintain his body, here means it is said that they make a show of chanting the holy name. But when somebody is chanting to Tatya Deha Dravina Janata Lobho Pasanda Madhye, he said that those who are chanting the holy name as a business to earn money, or earn some, secure some material wealth, what happens? No phalajanaka, not immediate result will be that. It will be delayed, it says. Not sigram, not immediately. It will be delayed. Although in favorable circumstance, the holy name will act quickly. Jai Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki Jai. So therefore, when chanting is undertaken, we must chant the holy name of the Lord with all favorable conditions. Then the chanting will be very efficacious for us. As we, the followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, know by chanting this holy name, we can attain the love of Godhead. So, therefore, even though here it is said that these people who are irritated, they also say Hare Krishna and they get some benefit, but that is not the real benefit holy name can give somebody. Therefore, sarcastically saying Hare Krishna, even though there is some result, but we don't put so much emphasis onto that. So then, Prabhupada is giving some parallel about histories. In ancient stories like the Hiranyakashipu here, where he didn't like his son taking up Vaishnava principles, the same thing happens today. The large forces in society, right, they are against. That can come from some political party, economists, or some people who are trying to bring cultural revolutions. They may not want to grow spiritually. They become very much against these Vaishnava principles. They may try to restrict it, but this resistance is not surprising. We should know this. It is the nature of the materialistic society. So people who have not got taste in the devotional service, in the holy name of the Lord, for them, temporary objects are the meditation. And they like to be in association with those temporary things. And they will always try to restrict Vaishnava values and principles. So when in such a situation, what should we do? So we have to adapt. That's what Prabhupada is saying, no? That you dress as it is necessary so that you can effectively preach the message of Godhead. Therefore, our devotees today also sometimes they go out for book distribution wearing different dress, not necessarily Vaishnava dress, because this is the need of the day. And when we are doing that, we need to be truthful that I am not compromising my personal standards of Vaishnava principles and values. So that is a very important point. So, if we want to introduce new ideas in the society, then we need to be flexible, creative, right? And strategic. We should be strategic, we should be creative. Flexibility has to be there, otherwise you cannot approach people. But without compromising the values and principles. External appearance is not so important, right? The message what we are carrying to people is most important. Therefore, this Krishna consciousness movement is a very practical society, and our devotees, they know how to adjust to the situations so that the real goal of bringing transformation in the heart of the misdirected people is achieved by our devotees. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada is giving a very practical purport, and devotees who can understand this and apply these principles, they will be liked by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants everybody to help him distribute this message. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Any question, comment, complaint? Yes, Prabhuji.
This thing with the dress, I remember when I was a Sankirtan devotee, young devotee, we used to go sometimes, especially when it's cold, minus 10, so then we used to wear jeans.
Yeah.
Sometimes under the jeans, we used to have the dhoti also.
Of course, yeah.
But when you were in the temple, like Gauradesh, it was very strict that we wear the devotee dress, because it gives a very respectful atmosphere. But as you know, recently then, quite recently, there's a movement came up within ISKCON, Krishna West. Personally, I don't like that, because I was very proud. I wanted to learn in Krishna consciousness about Indian culture. I have very much to learn just like that. But there are different opinions coming up now. What do you think of this kind of thing? Because as I understood, Prabhupada didn't put the stress if you have to go to work. Yes, you can wear your whatever dress and then stay there. But if you are a temple devotee, you're a brahmachari, or also a grihastha in the temple, and you go for preaching, like Harinam and things like that, then why don't you preach the culture? Because people sometimes ask, what are these suffering, waving in the wind, dancing, bowl, Hare Krishna, what are they? And then you stand there with your karmic dress, giving the book. They say that more people will join if you wear a Western dress. I don't see them joining. The amounts are not increasing. Look at the temples, they're empty. And everything was bold and shiny, oily, for the first time. So many joining were there. I don't know what's your opinion on this.
Okay. You see, Krishna conscious practice that Lord Prabhupada introduced, it is science actually. Everything can be seen from two different perspectives. Okay. Now, I'll give an example. Okay. The example is, you are walking on the street. You can see somebody is being drowned. What does your philosophy say? Your philosophy says, soul never dies. So now you have got two choices there. One choice is that soul never dies, so you don't have to rescue the person who is being drowned. Because why should I save the dress? That's one option. Then the other option is, no, I should save that person. So what a Krishna conscious devotee should do? He should save this drowning person, or he should just remember his philosophy? Oh no, we know soul never dies, so we don't have to rescue this person. What should we do?
Rescue, of course.
Why? Your philosophy says you shouldn't rescue because you cannot save the soul. There is no death.
If you follow Bhagavad philosophy, doesn't mean you have to don't follow dharma. Lower dharma you have to also follow.
Like?
You can only follow Bhagavad dharma. You don't clean your room because you are not his body. You don't wash your body because you are not his body. Lower dharma you have to follow also. Obviously, you have to save the body. No question.
So, here there is one consideration. Why you do that? You say this is your dharma. More than your dharma is, it's a loko vichar. It's a public sentiment. You are living in the society. You are not out of the society. You may know your philosophy, you might have internalized your philosophy, but people will not like you when you don't satisfy their sentiments also. So we have to be very practical in applying Vaishnava principles. You may have realized certain things. In some situations, we have to see how we should present ourselves where people are not going against our values and our principles. They will, oh, Vaishnavas are really good people, they are merciful. They will say, oh, he knows, he rescued that boy. And they will have sympathy, they'll become very generous to us. On the other hand, if we just remain seated in our philosophy, oh, this is what philosophy says, we should just follow this, then it will not be the result. So therefore, we have to see according to time, place and circumstance, we must adopt the philosophy so that we will be able to distribute this Krishna consciousness to all people without creating enmity in the society. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada has established this GBC body. If you have some concern where you find there are some principles being compromised, I think then it should be brought to the attention of the GBC bodies. They need to discuss and they should see what is right, what is wrong. They can give us their instructions. But for my understanding, I said this is the principle we need to adopt, that we know the philosophy, at the same time we also have to see the time, place and circumstance. Like Prabhupada says, loko vichar, public sentiment sometimes has to be respected. And in ISKCON environment, how it should be implemented, there should be the duty of the managers who are given responsibility to look after the standards in the temples. This is how I would see the things. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare Bol, Hare Bol.